What's up people, my name is Giancarlo and I'm back with Adorama TV today presenting a brand new light from the company Nanlite. This light is the Nanlite Forza 720 and 720B. The 720B is their bicolored version ranging in color temperature from 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin. Their standard 720 is the daylight 5600 Kelvin version. I had the opportunity to test out the 720B model and man, honestly, this is something that I've been waiting for a while now. With competition at an all-time high in the LED lighting space with the new Aperture 1200, the Aperture 600, I was definitely curious to see where Nanlite is going to stand up in some newer products they're going to be releasing. Now, if any of you guys know me at all, you know I'm a big fan of Nanlite and all of their products. I use their lights on pretty much 90% of the shoots that I'm on, whether it's commercials, documentaries, branded content videos, or even just my YouTube videos. I'm honestly such a big fan of Nanlite and their company, and I was extremely eager to test out this new 720 because it's something that I've been looking for a while now from them, and it honestly did not disappoint in the slightest. It definitely blew my expectations out of the water. I could see this light being an absolute game changer for professional filmmakers in the commercial space, in the indie space, in the narrative space, as well as the content creation space in the YouTube world. This light is definitely going to be something that a lot of people are going to start turning their heads towards and being a viable option as a new light. So today I'm pretty much just going to be talking about some of the new features that this light includes in terms of build, output, quality, and what this light can honestly accomplish for you. So if you are a Nanlite user and you have used the Nanlite Forza 500, you know firsthand how revolutionary that light was when it came out. And I am going to say the exact same thing about the 720 and 720B. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm lighting a scene and it is daytime and I'm trying to go for that golden hour sunset look, shining a light through a window, the 500 can get the job done, but it honestly just doesn't do it enough to the point where I could fully sell it. And that is honestly where this 720 and 720B come in handy. So a lot of the times on my shoots, I like to light through windows and try to keep the space as clean as possible. So now if I'm shooting something that requires hard light through the window, creating that golden hour sunset sunrise look, and we're at bright daylight outside and I can't create some sort of tent outside to block out the natural light, the 500 can get the job done, but sometimes it's not as powerful and can't really sell it as much as I would like it to. So I tested this out with the 720B at high noon, shining the light directly through the window, trying to create that golden hour look, and honestly, it creates a way more realistic look than if I were to just use the Nanlite Forza 300 or 500. And that's the point of this light. It has such a powerful output that you can honestly recreate golden hour at any time of day because it can compete with the outside ambient light. So I ended up testing out hard light directional through the window and also bouncing through a 6x Ultra Bounce to see if I can get a nice soft glow instead of hard light. So both of these options I use pretty often when the scene calls for it. So I was definitely curious to see how the 720 and 720B stood up compared to how I normally do it with the 500. You essentially have access to sunrise, sunset at any time of the day. It is definitely going to change my workflow and change how I perceive what can be done within a given set and time frame. So let's talk about output real quick. 720 and 720B are both rated at 800 watts. The 720B ranges in CCT from 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin, with an output of 84,460 lux at a 1 meter 5600 Kelvin. The 720 is a standard 5600 Kelvin daylight balanced monolight with an output of 23,300 lux at 2 meter 5600 Kelvin. So with those facts in mind given by Nanlite, another really great feature to be able to control output is now the availability to control the output in 0.1%. Previously, you could only control it in 1%. Now you have access to control it in a 0.1% increments. This is absolutely huge because sometimes you really need to dial it in by 0.1. And as a DP, that is extremely important because if you're trying to get the best looking image possible, you really need to make sure that you're dialing your light to the correct output to make sure that your ratios are absolutely where you want it. Like I said before, the Forza 720B is the most powerful bicolored LED monolight on the market to date. Both lights looking side by side have very similar outputs as well as CRI. And as a cinematographer, it's very important that the lights you are using have accurate color representation. The Forza 720B has a CRI of 96 and a TCLI of 97. Forza 720 has a CRI of 95 and a TCLI of 96. Moving on, I'm going to be talking about some of the upgraded features that this light has. If you're anything like me, you are definitely a stickler for a well-built product that will last and is a great investment long-term for you and your business. Now, having owned the Forza 500 and Forza 300, both of which are extremely well-built products, have their faults and have room for improvement. Everything that I wish the 500 and 300 had are definitely included in the new Forza 720 and 720B. One of my biggest pros after using this light is the build quality. With an all-new metal construction build, this light legit feels insanely solid. Like, it is beyond any other light that Nanlite has come out with. This is something way different. They redesigned the entire look, feel, construction, build. The hardware feels like it could definitely withstand all of the toughest conditions that you might encounter as a filmmaker. So some of these new features that I want to highlight include a new advanced yoke system, which includes a junior and baby pin option. So to improve on the tilt side of the light, the new locking dial is extremely well built, and it doesn't include the two on the side where you have to loosen both to tilt up and down and then lock both. There's one locking dial on the side of the light that is very easy to use. So with this new locking dial on the one side, I can definitely say that I feel way more secure in being able to lock this light in the exact position that I want it to. So another great continuation feature of Nanlite is the fact that the 720 and 720B is a Bowens mount. This is beneficial to any Nanlite user that has purchased their softbox, lanterns, or Fresnels. You can also use them now on the 720 or 720B. You don't need to purchase any additional attachments. So moving on, the next thing I want to talk about is the ballast. The new ballast in the 720 and 720B is most definitely an upgrade from the previous 300 and 500. My biggest complaint with the 500 300 was the mounting clamp that came with it. To me, that mounting clamp wasn't really made very well. It had broken on me a few times, which had to get replaced. The mounting clamp that comes with the 720 and 720B is without a doubt built to last. The mounting clamp is built to work with all light stands as well as objects of a wider base or diameter. So now, given that information, you have way more options on how to be able to clamp your ballast in any given situation, whereas before you were only limited to a C-stand or a small light stand. Another really cool feature of this mounting clamp is the quick release function. Instead of having to just place the light onto the clamp and leave it there, you now physically have to slide it into a locking mechanism that will lock the ballast, and then when you want to release it, you have to press a button to release it. And now this isn't something that is extremely strenuous because it's a quick release. It legitimately takes a half a second to do. So having this feature is really important, especially for safety, because your ballast isn't just moving around very fluidly on this clamp and there's no way to lock it. But now having this quick release, it adds that extra bonus of safety knowing that your ballast isn't going anywhere and it's locked in place. The ballast also includes two V-mount battery options on the side of the ballast, which are extremely easy and accessible to use whenever you need to use a V-mount option. The control panel features a 2.2-inch LCD display with 3 levels of brightness, a DMX in and out, a USB port, and various loops for safety cables. Similar to the Nanlux Evoke, which is like the father figure of the Forza lineup, you can find very similar cables in that light, and now you can find in the 720 and 720B. This gives me way more security knowing that my cabling won't go bad, and that the cabling itself is very strong and sturdy and can withstand a lot of the toughest conditions as well. So another really great feature is the fact that you can now use the Nanlink app to control your light. This is a great feature for any single man shooter, any small crew shooter, and if you have your light on the other side of the set, instead of having to walk back and forth, you have ease of access of controlling it through your Nanlink app to control brightness, intensity, color temperature, effects, whatever you want. And that is a great feature that Nanlite included in the Pavo tubes and is now including in their Forza lineup. So wrapping it up, hopefully you guys got the gist that this light is not one to pass over lightly. This light is something that I would highly recommend adding to your lighting arsenal as a great investment long term. The build of this light, the quality, the output, all of the new features that Nanlite included in the 720 and 720B are all a recipe for success as an investment in a new lighting fixture and as a long-term investment, so you know that this light will last for years to come. This is definitely going to be a bit more of a feature light on my sets moving forward. I am very excited to really push this light to the limits, see what it's capable of. And yeah, I'm just very stoked that Nanlite was able to come out with a product like this. I've been waiting for one for a while now, and I'm sure some of you guys are as well. And I definitely truly believe that they delivered tenfold, and this light is not going to disappoint at all. Again, thank you to Adorama TV for giving me the opportunity and platform to speak to you guys about this new product, and for Nanlite for being able to provide this light for me to test out and be able to speak to you guys about my opinions and thoughts. With that being said, hopefully you guys have a great day. Keep creating. Hit me up on Instagram at Carlo Stigs. I would love to hear from you guys, see what you guys are creating. But until next time, have a great day. Peace out.